Hi guys, that's a very quick unboxing of the UEI test instruments DL599. This is the wireless true RMS clamp meter with motor testing. The motor testing is for three-phase motors. This is a tool that's specifically designed and used by HVAC professionals. Because as you see on the description, it does unbalanced motor testing, phase rotation test. All of those are necessity, low pass filters. All of those are necessities for HVAC technicians. Plus, you can always recognize this when it has like two temperature K-type outlets here, or interfaces. Usually that's a very good indication that this is for pretty much HVAC purposes. This is the top version of the UEI, and this is one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive. Generally, UEI as a brand are not extremely expensive. This one, I don't know how much it was, but it is the priciest of them all. And of course, it does come with few perks. It has all the functionality that I'm going to demonstrate right now. It comes in a nice package. Let me try to zoom that in. It has a logo, nice logo, a belt clip here. It's not a clip but a belt loop. I don't think you'll wear this on your belt, but it's nice to like swing this around on a job site. Everybody looking at you like you have the new UEI true RMS clamp meter. So this is the clamp meter itself. As you see, it has this strong magnet here, which is tough to get. You know, it is strong. Leaving it like this, dangling it, doing whatever, it will hold. This magnet is very strong. So, first of all, what it has? It for HVAC, for somebody with HVAC, it has microamps, so that you can test your, your flame sensors. This is critical here. Microamps. It has temperature with two temperature K-type probes, and this does differential testing. So once you do that, you can't really use those. So it is pretty good. It does inrush, Celsius and Fahrenheit, duty as well. Non-contact voltage, auto-ranging amp meter. Temperature again shows differential temperatures between the two. Let me show you the probes themselves. The probes are this type. They seem very well built. It is a different type of probe, unlike most of them having just a bead. Here, this you see it is a prolonged piece, which normally translates to better quality of the measurement. Usually position that and put a little tape on it. I prefer to use a little bit of shrink tape around that, and that would measure temperature perfectly. So that just by this you can use this as a differential temperature meter. Definitely you can do a lot of diagnostic stuff on an HVAC system. Basically measuring differential temperature, it's always the starting point, and sometimes it's the only point as it comes to older units that you can't really rely very much on the Schrader cores or the valves that they'll work. So indicated plus and minus. those are very good. I really like them. They compare much better compared to much better. Those are definitely much better compared um, to Klein tools. I much prefer those. It also comes with very sturdy type, very good silicone type. Come on. Silicone type of probes. So it does have the clamps at the bottom. Right, everything slides nice and easy. Very good. Cabling, tear resistant, scuff resistant. They're quite long. So you can hang this around. How long they're, I don't know. Let me zoom out. They look like about 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet. So this type, come on, focus. This type at the end. Yep. That's about 1 inch, and I'm not sure if you can see, it is very well done, very well polished, chromium plated. They're not gold plated, but they're excellent. Yep. And on top of that, you have those things that I'm absolutely crazy about. What are those, you'd ask? So those are those small probes that you can use for electronic equipment. You just put this thing in here. Actually, you have to remove that first, then put this thing in here. Yep, like this. Screw this on, and then if you need to test something tiny, look at that. That is professional stuff right there. Now those are kind of pricey. If you try to find them on your own, they're kind of pricey. They come as a part of the set of this tool. So it is pretty good. The leads are really good for this. They didn't spare any material for that. Non-contact voltage tester, amp meter, temperature, microamps, and that's the fun stuff here. Resistance, connectivity, capacitance, auto-ranging true RMS, auto-ranging voltmeter. I believe this comes this measures 1000, I think, 1000 volts. AC/DC, so there it is. AC/DC volts 1000. AC/DC current 600 amps. Microamps 2000 microamps. But it does measure, because microamps, you'll measure microamps at 3 point something to 4 microamps. This does measure them at a decimal point. Microamps, resistance, capacitance, frequency as well, duty cycle, differential temperature, three-phase rotation. This is the thing that I specifically need. Unbalanced motor, low pass filter, low Z, inrush. This is also something that's needed by HVAC technicians. Diode testing, NCV detection, wireless 2 app. There is a UEI app that you can immediately download everything. Like the benefit, what's the benefit of this? Like first thing, you'll go and you'll put those clamps somewhere, and you want to measure like how much current it does take. Let's say an AC unit, but on a full load. And a full load is if you close the lid on the actual air handler, and if this doesn't have a wireless capability, whether it's this version that has connection to an app, or the other version where you can remove this and put on a different hat, field piece hat. There, you can't really measure. You can't really measure with a closed lid. You can't measure amps with closed lid. And with this, there is a UEI app that you can measure that. What else? It has backlit display. Buying this button or this hold button here. Auto lit display. Let me show you how bright it is. And that's in complete darkness. I think it is a pretty bright display. Yep. Double click to turn it off. I mean, long press to turn it off. What else it has? This is 0 auto calibration. You just turn it on and don't worry about a thing, man. That is auto calibration, UEI auto calibration for you, and combined with True RMS. This is the top version. That the precision that you get with tools like this, it's just unparalleled, and that's exactly why they're so expensive. This is like a mini computer itself, and it has the auto calibration, has everything you need in order to make a very precise measurement, very precise decisions immediately when you flip it on. It is a very good tool, very precise. I found it to be very precise so far. It has this little notch for the probe that you can use for measuring one-handed. It is a necessity on some occasions where you really need to measure something. You measure something and you don't have one hand, but you need to look at the results, or they're changing dynamically. You really need this with one hand, and on top of that you have also the magnet, so you can do any kind of scenario. So basically it's a very good tool, totally worth the money. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it is totally worth the money. It offers some parallel functionality, very precise, very fast tool, and last but not least, because all of us work in a very humid, sometimes rainy environment, it is very well protected like this. There is an entire ring, silicone ring around that, plus a silicone ring on this that insulates this from water ingress. It is a very rugged piece of equipment. This polybutadiene overmold gives it a nice rubbery feel. So plus on top of it, cushions when you drop it accidentally. It is a tool to be worked with, not something to put in a frame in a drawer and use once in a year. This is a tool that's meant to be worked with, to be banged and bumped along within a service van or anything. I really like this LED. It's not too much, but it is a good feature to have. It is a good feature to have because most of us are measuring in tight spaces, in dark spaces, so you definitely having an LED really helps most of the times. It doesn't use a lot of power, and it provides a lot of functionality. So it is a very phenomenal tool. I really like that. Can't go wrong with UI. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.